Hello, everyone. Oh, that's a little bit too tight. Ah, you were looking fine a second ago, and now you're too bright.
You're always looking fine, buddy.
Somebody's trying to suck up to me.
Hey, I already cooked you a steak, bought you an energy. I mean, I have done nothing to bribe the DM. I have no idea what you're talking about.
There we are. I look less washed out. Oh, LED light bulbs. So amazing. Well, I mean, I may or may not have a setting for danger.
What about my middle name? Oh, wait, it might be Trouble, actually, come to think of it. Well, you can have two middle names.
Yep.
Here's the danger lighting.
He's gone mad with power.
Oh, I've always been mad with power. Just now I have more power. I have power to control the lights! Okay, so I believe we had you all wake up, make requests of a certain gesture-dressed skeleton last time. The requests from each party member were fairly simple, except for Azeroth, of course, having to sit here and be the one to be the most complicated person.
Hey, shush you.
I mean, when you ask an undead creature, I want immortality and an ability to bring back my family members. Via a note. And you're asking a skeleton, so you're assuming that he can still see said note that you gave him.
True.
So that was a heavy assumption on your part, but he can see, so. Yes, Keldar has never seen a deal that he doesn't want to make.
Gotta make all the deals.
Okay, so. The skeleton has left. You guys are in the kind of... It's more of a infirmary that the family used here and there. You're all rested and pretty well set up right now. Oh no, the Wicker Beast has gotten into something.
He's picked up a star.
Oh, geez.
So Victor just kind of looks around the rooms like, I didn't figure I'd wake up here.
It was told that we'd live past that.
Yeah, which was nice.
If I can give you some feedback,
Yeah.
try to stay a little closer to the rest of the party. You were getting absolutely swarmed.
Yeah, I was, and it took me a long time to realize that I couldn't help anybody and help be a long way away being out there on the island. It was a dumb call by me.
Well, you can always disengage, move away from, and use your abilities to create, like a wall behind you or otherwise, if you have that capacity. Or,
Yeah.
You shift in betweens like me, but mine's definitely a specific ability.
Dying
Yeah.
still kind of felt like dying, even if we are still here.
Will admit, it did feel like I was bleeding out there for a second.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it kind of puts things into perspective. Going through death and all but the finality of it. That point of, oh crap, I can't do anything else. And this would be the end. It kind of makes you reframe things that you're going through.
That it can. The wild dog did that for me recently. So you're experiencing something I'm familiar with.
Yeah. I mean, I'll full on admit I've led a sheltered life. I've not been on the run like you have, like she has, or Luther. I either grew up with my mom and dad or with my uncle in the archive.
Hey, it's a good life. Don't knock it.
It can be, and it's been a lot of fun so far. Varying levels of danger, seeing new places.
Yeah, I do miss the simpler times.
He gives him a pat on the shoulder. With all that in mind, are you ready to go into occultist space and possibly die?
He just kind of looks up. It's like, yeah, I'm all willing to go into a cultist base and make some of them die. I mean, I don't
I'd
want
rather
to
not want to
I can
die
help it.
myself. I feel you there.
But Victor pulls out the book he'd been carrying with him, fills in a little bit of it, puts it back, and then gets up out of the bed.
Too much critical noises.
Well, what are we doing from here?
Well, that was our practice run for going into the cultist base, more or less. Anything past that point, we're in live mode. It's time to go. We're going to work with the rest of my family, and we're going to deal with this cultist menace, and hopefully not encounter the wild dog in the process. Or deal with the wild dog first. Either way, but it needs to be talked about.
I do. Yeah,
Fighting on two fronts is not the best.
maybe we should talk to Balthazar again and see what he recommends we do here. I'm willing to do either, but I agree we cannot do both.
Sorry about the noise that was coming through. Yeah, I agree. We can't do both either. We need to work on making sure that things are taken care of. On that note, it's probably a good idea to go talk to him.
Yeah, I very much agree.
So, as you guys leave the infirmary, you guys go to try to find where Balthazar is. And you find him in the combat training hall, seeming to fight with Asenath's father. You see them seeming to kind of trade blows. Asenath's father using his chain whip against him, and Balthazar using his strange greatsword to deflect the chain.
No.
Question.
Yes.
Does this look like a fight for blood, or does this look like a sparring match?
It seems like your father's angry, and Balthazar really isn't trying. He's just trying not to get hit.
Well, he is using a whip, so I assume there's some distance between them.
Yes.
How resistant is the fighting floor here if I were to use a moonlight glow between them?
Pretty resistant. The floor would not take damage.
Room, roof, etc.
Yeah.
I wanted to make sure nothing else is damaged in here if I pop one of those up.
So you're talking about popping one of those up between them?
Between them and hopefully hitting neither of them.
That's not exactly going to be possible.
Okay, then I can't
They
use that.
would take damage.
No, I can't use that then. I'm not going to hit them with that.
Yeah.
That means they're too close.
Yeah, a whip only reaches like 10 feet, so even the chain. And being that it has a radius out from the center of 10 feet, it would hit both of them.
I will barf a moonbeam towards my father with missing him on purpose, considering it's a line, to get his attention.
Okay. So you barf in his direction, and he looks over at you and is like, "Boy, you stay out of this."
I have no reason to. We're about to fight some cultists, and here you are fighting each other. What are you, a child? Dice roll.
He kind of looks at you for a second, and then decides to roll up his chain and start walking away.
I'm going to ignore him. I'm not following him. Azeroth just folds his arms.
Victor's just around and kind of observing everything. I wonder what that caused this.
Well, we have someone we can ask who's actually not throwing a tantrum. Balthazar, are you willing to help? What's going on?
Well, your father's just upset that I sent you guys into the Skelly Arena, and upset that he's going to be on the sidelines during this entire thing, just taking care of the town.
There's nothing wrong with that.
He thinks that he should be leading the assault on the cultists.
Which is a valid choice as well, strategically.
He doubts our strength.
He doubts everyone's strength.
I am willing to bet strategically, you knowing more about the enemy, you will be able to guide us in the right direction. So if you want us to go after that, then we can, but we also have the issue of the wild dog in town. If you think it's an issue we can skirt by, then I'm willing to take care of the cultists first. My worry is that we take care of the cultists, and the wild dog finishes us off.
So would you rather hunt down the wild dog first?
I don't know if we can take it. I think it's stronger than the rest of the cultists.
So what is your suggestion?
We either skirt away, hope that it doesn't come after us, and then keep ourselves on the down low, or we face it. But then we would be going into the cultists weaker and with less time. I think what's on the other side of that portal that's being opened is worse than the wild dog possibly ever could be.
Then we have our answer without even needing to have asked. We need to stop that portal.
You see Balthazar kind of look down to the floor a second, and he's like, the thing that will come from the portal is no doubt a problem. It will be waves of hell if they open a full hellmouth. If they only open a singular small portal, though, I can assure you that you guys would stand no chance against the enemy that comes through.
Yeah. So I feel that the cultists is the more important thing to deal with.
And what should our angle of approach be?
We can try to be stealthy. He looks around to see if Damien's around.
Damien is not there. Nor is Scrap.
Has anyone seen Damien recently, by the way? Speaking of stealth, he should be here while we're talking about things. He says out loud, loud enough for the entire room to hear.
Belsar looks around, and your father's already gone, and he left in a huff. He's like, I haven't seen your brother. That's the young one, right?
Yes. He's stealthy, so you never know when he could be in a room and shouldn't be.
I think the only time I remember, he said something about going out to the workshop, that he needed to work on something.
We should probably go fetch him before talking about the rest of this, but I have a feeling the only option we really have is going head on. I don't think taking our time to hunt down rabbits will help in this situation, unless you think that portals or Hellmouth is going to take a while to open.
I don't know how far they've gotten with any of the rituals.
Do you want to try to go scout it out?
Do you guys think you'd be able to?
We can attempt to.
We have that map at our disposal. That should give us at least a little bit of a heads up.
The problem we have is, so say we do go in and start systematically taking them down bit by bit, rather than going for the head first. While arguably that is strategically a better way of going, because we can take out smaller encampments and weaken them slowly, I don't think we are going to have the capacity to, I should say the luxury of time to do so.
Need to move fast, hit hard.
Can I roll an Arcana check or anything like that to kind of assess the situation for that? I mean, I was in the area, so I might have had a feeling of what the magic levels were, etc.
You can give me a Arcana check, but instead of using your intellect, use your magic stat.
Works for me. That's something I'm good at. Bear with me a second. I'm getting my D10s out. I am woefully unprepared. There's another good D10. I have another D10 that's cursed, but I don't want that one.
Who's the curse?
There we go. I got one that's not cursed. Haha! I got 69. let's see, 6 and 9 plus it was 5, if I remember right, for my.
Magic?
Yeah.
Because you're not using your intellect in that, right?
I'm pulling it up right now. Stats. Madge is a total of 10, so plus 5, yes. So that would be 15, 20. Modified 20, specifically.
You'd think they're fairly along on everything, but they're still missing something.
So it's like portal, something like portal open, but not stable enough to actually utilize.
Yeah, it's not got enough. They don't have enough of something. It seems like they were trying to get either energy or something to that level, but they have not gotten everything to where it needs to be to open a Hellmouth.
So my request on that one is: does it feel like we have hours, or does it feel like we have days? Or a completely unknown, like they're missing an item or regent that needs to be used.
Completely unknown.
Okay. So I do mention that they're missing something to finalize whatever they're doing, but it could be something along the lines of it's already here, or it could be that they're looking to sacrifice someone that's powerful enough to finish it or something like that. But they're like 80% of the way there. They're just missing that last 20%.
Yeah, boy.
There's something stopping them on that 20% from what I can feel of going in that area. The only way I would know further is actually seeing what they're doing.
And I think the only way we're going to have any kind of certainty in this is to go there. Watch and see what they're doing.
I think we should just go into their base and see how many we can kill before they realize.
Yeah.
What do you think, Balthazar? Best action? Because our men on the inside are in there too, from what I understand.
Yes, and I'm afraid if we try all-out assault, there might be an issue to where they might try to kill them right away or use them for leverage, but if we try to do it stealthily or anything, it might be too late.
And if we try to just slowly take out everything systematically, we might end up with a finished summon.
Yep.
Worst case scenario, what's the worst that happens if summoning is completed?
Waves of demons will start to pour into this world and try to kill and enslave everything.
So what's our backup plan if that happens? Because I guarantee you I'm not fighting into hell and standing at the portal.
In that case, a contact of mine has agents that will move.
Understood.
The chance of this town standing afterwards will be probably unlikely.
Also understood. Price of failure is too high, so we can't fail. But if we do, it's not the end of the world. It's just very, very negative.
Yes.
It's regionally negative, not worldly negative.
Yeah. The group of individuals that would have to deal with such a mess would be sending in a couple of individuals that, well, I wouldn't even want to.
Understood.
So, you guys wish to go through the front doors then?
More like the back door, but
Didn't we make some flashbangs with your brother, Calder?
yeah, they will serve to be useful, but I don't know how well we're gonna do with this. Do we have anything to ward against this divination magic that's on this paper? They'll know if we approach immediately.
I don't have anything. I don't know if the Sanctum would have anything. We'd have to go back and find out. A lot of that would require magics that would obscure us.
I think back to family time stuff. Is there anything that the Belmonts might have towards that? I don't think so. Not in this current state that they're in either.
Not that you would remember.
Okay.
So you guys going to try to go through the back door, guns a-blazing? Or any other prep that you guys wish to do?
Well, for one, we need to grab Damien and kind of fill him in on what's going on.
I'm going to be completely honest. I almost don't want him to come with.
I can understand that.
If the situation goes to its fruition, I die, my brother dies, and then my dad dies because he's protecting the town, the Belmonts are gone. If all three of the head of the family are gone, I don't think there's any recovery.
But if the demons, if the Hellmouth opens, we're all gone anyway.
A Hellmouth is regional disaster.
Yeah, and all three of the heads of the Belmont family are in the region.
Yeah, no, I understand.
Calder, look at me.
He looks over and tilts his head.
I will not let you die.
Just out of the times that I possibly could, now is the most likely. I'm not saying I will.
Put it this way, to my last breath for either of you, we're getting out.
We can do this.
All right. In the back door, so to speak. Try to be nice and quiet.
Yep.
Tiptoe in. Carry a big stick. Subtle history reference for anyone not paying attention.
We'll have to bear down and get through it.
No, we will.
So, well, we've pretty well decided, I think.
Scorched earth if we fail.
We'll never know if we fail. But to prevent that, it's a fight worth taking on.
When should we leave? He looks over at Balthazar.
Wherever you guys feel you're ready.
Time of day for right now.
It's about noon.
It's the best time of any to go out there. Zenith of the day. And the longer we wait, the worse it gets. What happens if they're waiting for a full moon tonight? Or whatever. I don't know what moon cycle is at the moment. But that could be the trigger that they're looking for. Is something like the next moonrise. I have no idea.
Right.
Could be that the portal can only be opened during the nighttime. Alright. I say we move in. We try to move silently. We try to find our friends on the inside and let them loose if we can.
Yeah. If we can find them, that will help our odds go from very long to still quite a bit long, but not as bad.
I don't think we can work on the divination magic. Balthazar, do you think we have enough time to check back at the Sanctum and come back for any type of divination block?
That would take time for them to find something that could block this kind of divination or to put something on us to help us. Most of the people that I know that'd be able to sit here and obscure us from such things, we'd have to wait till they could come in. So it could be hours.
I'm a gambling man. Do you guys want to try something that might potentially be a problem?
Well, I like to gamble. You win some, you lose some. It's all the same to me.
If I lose this one, I might be dead in the next couple of minutes.
If that's the case, I'll kill you myself.
Hey, make sure to bring me back before any rights are cast on me, right? All right.
So, what are you guys choosing?
I am going to grab. At this point, I don't think we have enough time to go back to the Sanctum to get divination blockers. I think that'll take too much time. It might take a couple of hours, and that might be enough time to cause problems. So, out of characterly, I feel like the DM wouldn't do that to us and actually give us a chance to go in, regardless. But in characterly, I don't think there's enough time. I don't like metagaming like that, anyways.
Calder, I do think we deserve to give your brother a choice.
Yeah, I'm gonna go talk to him. Can you fetch my brother and go fill him in while I handle this situation?
Yeah, I can do that.
I promise I'm not summoning another god, I swear.
Victor just kind of rolls his eyes. Kind of claps Calder on the shoulder. Nods over at Stella. Make sure he doesn't do anything too stupid.
You need to send Stella with. That way I'm unsupervised. Hey, at least I'm honest.
Balthazar's just standing there staring at you.
I wasn't going to do it here.
Shall I be watching you then?
If you want to. I am, while they're going to go and get my brother, I am going to go to the kitchen and grab as much meat as I possibly can.
Balthazar follows you and watches you grabbing as much meat as you can. He's looking at you quizzical now, just wondering what you're doing. And he goes, are you gonna eat all of that?
Where am I going to get the Zenkai boost from? I mean, no, I have an idea for all of this. He poofs it into a card very grossly. Just imagine summoning a mound of steak out of nothing and just going flap on whatever surface.
So what you're saying is you make a meat mountain and you put meat mountain into a card.
Yes.
Look at my meat card.
You activated my meat card!
Why do I feel like I could use that as a weapon? Just unleash a pile of meat on someone.
Why not just use a fridge? Drop the fridge and the meat in there.
There you go. Oh, I should just, at this point, I should just carry around a whole bunch of anvils, right? Just a whole bunch of anvils in my pocket. Alright. With that, I am going to go to a... I don't know if they would have, like, an interrogation room, but this would be the perfect place for that.
They do have kind of a holding cell in the basement, but it's mostly a corner of the basement with bars in it to kind of, keep things there.
As long as it's... No, that's not going to work for this situation either. I am definitely going to do this indoors in a darker room. So preferably one on the inside of the house. Probably a type of bedroom or not bathroom, larger than that. What would be a good place?
I mean, the basement.
Yeah, basement's going to be the best bet. I'm just going to the basement, and I'm going to do this down there.
Balthazar just sits there on the steps, watching you. Just quizzically.
Puts his hands together. He finds a surface, like a table or whatnot, a side table, whatever is needed. Slides it over to the darkness. And he pops the meat out on the table.
You heard it here, folks. Azonoth is popping his meat out on the table in the darkness.
Don't worry about the hole in the wall. All right. And I am going to go ahead and pop the Umbral Dogs card.
And the Umbral Dog pops up. Its fur standing up, the tendrils of darkness coming off of it, its tail seeming to look around the room, and the eyes of its head looking around as well. And we'll go to the other two.
God damn it.
I'm sorry, you gave me a perfect chance.
You did. I did.
So,
hold on a second. I'm gonna need a boon for myself.
But yes, so you guys get out to the Tinkerer's room, and you hear a lot of like things moving around, and Damien seems to be talking in Draconic to someone, and you hear something small seeming to move around, but there seems to be some metal moving around with it.
Victor looks over at Stella before like stepping on into the Tinkerer's shack.
What
Just kind
you
of-
guys see as you open the door is the maid seems to be trying to sit here and catch, I think it's Scrap, right?
Scamp.
Scamp, yeah, catch Scamp. And Scamp is currently outfitted with what looks like almost like your guys' exoskeleton that was made for you guys to test, but it's on him, and he seems to be trying to climb all over Damien as Damien's holding on to him, trying to finish fastening stuff to him. There seems to be also a strange device on his back that at first glance looks cylindrical, and then it looks more and more like almost like a small cannon.
Victor just starts laughing as he watches this. What in the world, guys?
I figured if you were taking your friend into battle, you might as well take him in prepared.
Yeah, but he doesn't seem to want to understand that, does he? Scamp?
Scamp just looks over at you a second.
Calm it down.
He just seems very energetic right now and is just staring at you as they continue to fasten him into the harness.
Victor walks over and kind of scritches behind Scamp's ears.
So you do notice with Scamp's setup, it seems almost like he tried to put a little bit more work into tinkering some things together.
You've got him kitted out.
Well, yes, I don't know what he might need, so I wanted to make sure there would be a little bit of reinforcement for him and a few safety precautions.
So, what all have you kind of done to it?
I put a small cannon on his back, which will only have a couple of shots, similar energy field to what you guys have, and I might have also added the ability to sit here and cause some shadows around it.
That's pretty cool. You are very highly skilled, Damien.
I'm trying. The stealth generator is very minimal on him. It's the best I could do with such short time. But I think the slight darkness it will give him will allow him to blend in if need be.
That is a really good idea. Victor motions for Stella to come on in deeper into the room. It's like we've been talking and made some decisions after going through the trial chambers to test out our armor.
Oh, how
And
did it work out?
it worked out pretty well when I remembered to put energy back into my armor. It protected rather nicely. Victor takes the piece off of one of his arms and kind of hands it over to him. just to kind of let him see what all's been done to it. The the being that runs the testing center did a little bit more work to the armor after we got through the chamber. We got through like 12 or 13 waves.
You see him kind of pull on some glasses and put down a few little lenses, and he's looking it over, and he's like, fascinating. So fascinating. Wait, the person in charge of the arena?
Yeah.
What kind of arena did Balthasar send you to?
We faced all kinds of different skeletal creatures. Some flame bards, some priests. But that's not what I came here to actually bring up to you. We've been trying to figure out if we're going after the wild dog or the cultists. We've decided on going after the cultists. And
That's a cannon. A raccoon.
Yes. It's a cannon on a raccoon.
Huh. What's the recoil?
Well, being it's attached to the entire frame of it, I'm hoping not much. I haven't gotten to test it out.
yeah, that'll be interesting when and if he finally uses it. But we've been talking, and we're going to go after the cultists. This is going to be extremely dangerous. Your brother's on the fence of letting you go with us or not, but we've kind of convinced him that you deserve a choice. His big worry is if he goes, your dad goes, and you go, the Belmonts are done. This is a fight that we have to get into, but you have a choice.
He kind of looks at you two and then looks over to the maid a second and then back to you two and at Scamp. This is very short notice to ask me to make a decision on.
I know, but we ask because within an hour, 2 hours, we're moving. And
4 to 2 hours.
giving you any time to make that choice is all we can do.
I want some time to think.
I can understand that.
I would, out of characterly argue that we're almost going to leave almost as soon as that conversation's over.
Oh, oops.
It's all good.
That's okay. It just means that the brother might sit here and pop in later. I don't.
Victor looks over at Stella. Before going over to his bag and getting out some food for Scamp.
So yeah, Scamp eats the food. Seems to be ready to go in as a battle raccoon.
Bad little battle raccoon.
This is gonna be very dangerous, buddy.
He seems to just kind of nod a little bit.
Confirmed, Scamp speaks English.
Stella runs takes a moment to pull out her cleaning kit and clean her rifle.
Yeah, it seems they're gonna be waiting for Calder to come down. So Victor's gonna go sit outside the shack and write out a couple of letters. One letter to his uncle, one letter to whoever may still be alive at home.
While you guys are sitting. Go ahead.
Oh, that's it. Just sitting out front with Scamp beside him, pen and paper in hand.
So while you guys are sitting out there, Damien and the maid seem to close the door and seem to be having a conversation. And there seems to be a little bit of, movement inside, and not much that you can make from the sounds. But it does seem like they locked the door for some reason.
Bam, chicka, wow, wow.
Sleep with me tonight, for tomorrow we may die. Kind of thing.
Oh.
I don't know. He's really quiet about it.
I mean, poor Azeroth doesn't know anything about the poor maid girl.
Not a thing. It's been kept completely beyond him so far.
Yep. Poor Azeroth.
I mean, all he would do is dap him up and say, "Good job, bud."
Just let him be. Just give him a minute.
Yeah. It's a lot to be thrown onto anybody, really.
I would say for a Belmont.
So, we'll go back to the basement, where the Umbral Hound has been released.
Let's see where Azeroth belongs.
The tail looking around and sniffing, as the head does as well. And... Okay. They both seem to lock onto the table at the same time.
Welcome back,
to
buddy.
kind of sidestep towards it as one tries to go first and then the tail tries to turn the body for it to be first. And
So a crab walks in that direction, understood?
yes, it kind of crab walks over and starts trying to feed both of its faces.
I'm gonna let it do its thing.
It seems to take quite a while as it chews on the meat from ham hocks and roasts and steaks and sausages, just eating everything that's on the table.
I look back over at Balthazar and go, "Hey, I don't know if it's a good idea, and I'm not suggesting we do this, but if you happen to have any Umbral essence that you didn't report that couldn't possibly go missing in a roster, I don't know if this thing would feed off of it or not."
So now I don't know what it would do with the Umbral essence.
Same.
don't even know if it would mutate further or if it would gain something like sentience.
Yeah, so if your advice is to not let it have it, then I have no problem with that.
This entire thing could be a mutation due to something having too much of that. There is no telling what caused this.
And he's about to go on the planescape of hell itself if we can get him to go with us.
You're going to use this thing against the cultists.
This is an old family companion. If he happens to like me and doesn't try to eat me, yes. He's had more battle experience than I've had, and in his whole existence than my little pinky finger, I'm sure.
I need you to roll an observation check.
All right. Something I should be good at. Probably not.
Come on, big rolls.
I have a boon at the moment, so roll 3, take the highest.
Yeah, Axe cheated and decided to sit here and give him the best and give himself the best rolls.
I definitely don't want this to go south, so yeah, I'm gonna burn some points on this. Where's my observation of all things? None, acrobatics, block, deception, fighting, sense motive, survival. Am I just blind?
Perception.
Okay, there we go. That's why.
Yeah, I changed it from observations. That's right.
And it's just gonna be the total?
Yep.
Okay. +5 is not bad. Let's see. No. Alright, so that's going to be 8 plus 5. Not great, but 13.
Yeah, you don't notice until suddenly the tail is resting on your shoulder and the other head next to your arm, with a bone in both mouths as it's chewing.
Hey there, bud!
Just looking at you.
I'm gonna lift a hand and let it sniff, hopefully not losing the damn thing.
The normal head seems to sniff you, and the other head seems to drop the bone and lick all the way from your elbow up your hand. And this dark, viscous drool is just all over your hand now.
Yeah. If I can, I'm going to tentatively try to give it a pat on the side of the the cheek and up towards the head.
Which one? The tail head or the other head?
The other head. The more intelligent one.
You mean the one that you assume is more intelligent?
Yeah, I assume is more intelligent. And I'll give the other one a scritch under the chin if I can. Because they are two independent heads. I assume they might get jealous of each other hilariously.
Roll me a
Animal handling.
Animal handling.
Uh-oh.
A handle animal, yeah. Which is knowledge.
Hold on a second. I don't know what you're talking about. Oh god, I needed that. Okay. That's 10, 11, animal handling, 14 total.
It seems to take a minute for it to warm up to you, but after a few moments, it seems to sort of warm up to you a little bit, and then starts
Yeah.
sniffing around the room.
Do you speak Draconic or Common?
What are you saying it in?
Both. I just say Common, Draconic.
When you speak in Draconic, it seems to kind of turn to you a little bit.
Hmm. So you understand Draconic? I say to it.
I need you to make a wisdom saving.
Oh God, here we go. Where did I go there? 11. This happens to be my dump stat, so wonderful. 14 again. Not too bad. Not too shabby.
You kind of get a slight headache as both mouths seem to try to talk in Draconic, but inside the other mouth you see like 3 littler heads trying to talk with it, almost as if they were extra tongues or something.
What the fuck? All right. Fair enough. So the problem I'm hearing is 4 voices at the same time. I take it.
About 5 voices at the same time, but yeah. Yeah.
Do I make out anything out of that whole bit?
No, it seems like it's trying to say a lot of things at once. It seems almost like gibberish.
Seems like you understand Draconic at least. So, I am a friend. It has been a long time.
As you say friend, you hear them all almost in unison go.
Shrink. Anything from the book that I would recall that might assist?
Most of what you got from the book is a lot of stuff like
Any
it
command
likes
words?
meat, it likes bones. It does not have any command words.
Gotcha. If you want to, I'm going to be going on a hunt, and I'd like to take you with, but you don't have to come. Had a feeling you'd like that one. I glance back at Balthazar.
Balthasar seems to be following this entire conversation in Draconic and is just rubbing his chin, kind of trying to sit here and think of how he should even be taking in this situation.
What do you want to be called, bud? I should say, what do you want to be called, friend? Because Draconic. I doubt Bud exists.
You see it just pause a second. And its eyes kind of looking around, not seeming to fully grasp what it was just asked.
Yeah.
It seems to understand, but not grasp what this concept of being called something is.
He points at himself, Calder, and then looks towards it. And he kind of taps his chest.
I have to make a few checks here.
I'd say Maw is fine too. My family knows you as the Maw of the Abyss.
Which voice is going to get to speak?
All of them.
I was hoping for a resounding all of them saying the same thing, honestly.
How much of his name does he get to actually say before it's taken out? Okay. You hear him trying to sit here and say something, and it seems something like Cian Bell, and everything starts turning into gibberish, as if the humanoid head loses control once more.
Okay. So CNL Belmont?
Maybe.
I kind of pay attention to humanoid head to see if a kind of a yes comes out, kind of disregarding the other ones. Because they're trying to talk. I know they're trying to talk. But assuming that the one said the actual name, I'm interested in what that one's doing.
He seems to be trying to talk, but unable to. As if the other things are overriding it, and the tail kind of just perks up and stares down at you.
I am going to produce the bone that was at the crypt and toss it at the one that's looking at me.
It grabs, it catches the bone and starts chewing on it.
All right, let's get on that hunt. I am not sure of how we will work together, but that's a thing to find out. So, friend, I don't. Is it like Cyan or Cian? How do you pronounce the first part of the name?
See if you can say it again. Gotcha.
No, I'm asking you, the DM. I was listening intently, but I can't figure out how to pronounce it.
It was, and the most that he got was there's a little bit before it, but it's Cian Bell, and then it went back to gibberish.
Okay. For now, I'll call you Ma, as the entirety of the entity that you are. And so, Ma, if you will, let's get out of here. We're gonna go see some cultists, and that's who I want to fight. Balthazar, what do you think about Ma going in the front while we go in the rear?
You're going to send it in by itself.
I'm not entirely sure if I have any capacity to control this thing, and sneaking I don't think is an option. Unless you want to go take out a small little encampment to see how we do first.
I think that's a choice that the group as a whole should.
Yeah, I think they'll enjoy seeing this too. Let's go meet my friends.
And you hear all the heads together go. You do notice while it's walking, though, that The humanoid head seems to be kind of looking down, its eyes almost glassy.
Hmm.
And the tail seems to be the one controlling the body right now.
Got it. I'm not entirely sure which one's the primary. I just know that there's 3 heads inside of one. So it might be that the tail is actually the more intelligent one, but it also might be a situation of Doc Ock and all of the things attached to him are overpowering his brain.
What? No. No. So you get out to the lovely little tinkerer's shed where everyone's writing notes, cleaning guns, and the shop seems to be, kind of locked.
The whole shop, or
Yeah, it seems to be locked. And you see Scamp with an exoskeleton that has a cannon on the back.
no? I meant can I get into the area where Victor and Stella are?
Yeah, you can. They're right outside but the doors to the workshop seem to be closed and locked.
Copy that. I mean, seeing them, I'd probably just approach them anyways.
Yep.
I probably wouldn't know they're locked at the moment. You too, I want you to meet Ma. Haven't quite gotten the full name out of him yet.
Hello,
It just-
Ma.
It just looks at you guys and speaks in Draconic for some reason.
He
And I
speaks
just
Draconic. They all do.
Mhm.
All 5 of them.
And I don't think Victor knows Draconic.
Face on Stella is priceless. These are my friends.
It seems to repeat the word it said earlier in Draconic.
So what is he saying?
He's repeating the word friends in Draconic.
And yeah. Hi. Ma.
He's well fed at the moment, so hopefully he
You
won't
see
bite.
the big tail head open up, and then 3 little heads seem to bob together as they go, "Hi," and then go back down into the throat of the tail.
Victor's a little taken aback from all of that. It's just like, and just looks over at Calder. I take it that this happened to you.
This is a family companion that's been imprisoned for 200 years or so.
Yeah. That would do hell to a personality. Victor finishes addressing the letters and folds them up and gets up to his feet.
This is gonna be an adjustment.
Yeah, just a little bit of one.
Yeah.
I'll try to offer the tail a scritch underneath the chin.
It seems to accept the scritch, but then like the other 3 heads try to slowly pop out the mouth of the tail. As if trying to get the scritches themselves.
Yeah, I'll go for it. I'll try to give them a little bit of scritch too, as long as they don't get bit in the process.
You don't get bit, but you do get covered in like that slime from earlier. Except black drooly slime.
Delicious.
It looks almost like ink.
I'm not sure how far away, how long our friend here will be uh, good for us, but I do want to ask you to, should we take him with the rear end of the place, or should we go full guns blazing at the entrance? Or should we try to send him alone to the entrance? Because I don't know how well he'll handle a cultist situation on his own. I don't really want to leave him alone, but I also don't think he'll be as sneaky as I want.
And as you're saying that, you do notice that the shadows are kind of fading on it a little bit as it's standing out in this daylight.
Oh, let's get. Oh well, we can't. Can we go? Oh, we can't go into the shop, can we?
No.
I think you'd be able to, Calder. You're just gonna have to be sneaky about it.
Let's find somewhere shady. I don't want to be in the sunlight with this guy. He's been in the dark for a while, so.
As you get to the shadows with him, you notice that he seems to have a weird fur pattern underneath, almost like it's a black with some grays, and his belly seems to have been white until the shadows start bleeding out of his veins, out of his body again.
Mm-hmm. This one doesn't like the light. I can tell you that.
Oh yeah. Which means maybe we should wait until darkness and send him in. In an ideal world, anyway.
Or, assumedly, he has a capacity of hiding in a shadow.
It just seems to be looking between you all as you speak in English.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hey, I look over at him speaking in Draconic. Can you hide in shadows? He looks down at a shadow and kind of like lifts his arm and...
He blinks for a minute before he seems to sit here and dive into a bush and seems to apparently vanish.
Good boy.
Before you hear from the shadows around you, in Draconic.
Hide. Perfect. Does this protect you from the sun?
You seem to get no answer back, almost as if it's confused or thinking.
Copy that. Well, I'm as good as I'm gonna be. I'm ready to leave anytime.
Yeah.
What's Damien's opinion? Since we're outside of the shop, I'm assuming he's not coming with?
He said he needed a little bit of time to think about it. He may need to hear some things from you before he makes a decision. So, maybe an idea to go in and see what he's doing.
I could do that.
So you're going to try to go in.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and come up to the doors. If no one tells me they're locked.
They're locked, by the way.
Why are they locked?
He needed me and Stella out of his hair.
I see what your ploy is. Keeping secrets from Azeroth now. I see how it is.
It isn't nice, is it?
Huh.
Used to be you'd hang an article of clothing on the door, but
Hmm.
anyway,
goes over his head. Should I bother him, or are we waiting? Like, what's going on? I just need to know what we're doing.
I would bother him because time is kind of the essence.
God damn it.
Still just gonna go up and knock on the door.
You guys hear in Draconic, I'm working on something! I'm working on something!
Say a scamp outside too?
Yeah.
Yeah, he wouldn't leave without him, I'm sure.
What do you mean?
Damien's pet.
Yeah. I am gonna go ahead
Well,
and
Scamp
roll
is the raccoon.
Oh, I'm
Right.
sorry.
Damien had a pet. We don't remember his name off top.
The big lizard thing.
Gobber.
Gobber, thank you. Is that inside or outside?
Gobber does not seem to be outside.
Copy that. I am gonna do. Is there an insight? What's the equivalent of insight here?
Yeah, there's insight. It's been used against you multiple times.
Sense motive. There we go.
Yeah, sense motive.
God, why do I keep rolling 11s? It's the third time in a row. Different numbers too. That's gonna be 14 total. I don't know why my dice keep doing that, but 14 total apparently. 14 is my lucky number for the day.
Okay. So, yeah. What are you trying to sense motive against?
I most likely heard him saying I'm working on something, and I kind of want to see if he's trying to really get us to go away for some reason, what the tone is.
He seems to actually be working on something.
Yeah,
He'll just say at the door in response to the we're working on something, hey, we're trying to get out of here when we can. And he'll walk away from the door if he doesn't hear anything in response.
You guys hear a bunch of tools seeming to be used here and there now. A lot of clanking and slapping of things together, metal on metal, some almost fleshy sounds here and there too, but
I'm not going to listen too hard at the door. I have no idea what's going on. No one's told me.
yep.
So, assumedly, and my brother was a little bit too young for that type of thing. I knew him last, so.
Well,
Oh wow.
I would say, and Calder's mother already knows that he's going to be leaving soon anyways, right? Does he need to say goodbye to his mom, or just getting kind of an assessment there?
Mom's probably trying to get ready for stuff in town anyways, because, I mean...
Yeah.
After a few moments, you see the door slowly open. Smoke seems to roll out, and you hear a little... as Damien seems to come out in some strange contraption. What looks like motorcycles that the twins used to have, and all sorts of other odds and ends seem to have been constructed together to make a large suit for Damien. And there seems to be a secondary head popping out on the back.
Nice gear.
You've been putting the work in.
We
Well,
ready
I
to get
didn't
going?
think I'd have to sit here and go into battle, so... And I couldn't get her to sit here and agree to not come in.
Her who? We got another friendly on our side?
You just see him sit here and turn the seeming to be torso of it around. And you see this... you see a little bit of a maid outfit poking out at the top. And you see her holding a gun and points it straight at you. And it's like, is there a problem?
If you want to come help, come help.
Victor's just quite like laughing behind Calder, trying not to be too loud about it.
I understand. I completely understand.
And it slowly spins back around. And Damien's like, sometimes women are scary.
Time is of the essence, though. We need to get moving as soon as possible. The longer we wait, the more likely this is to get worse. They are about 80% done with their spell and just need something to tip it over the edge.
Well,
I don't know if that's a person, place, or thing, or a power or ability, energy, but we need to make sure that doesn't happen.
well, Beleza's helped me with crafting this, so I should be able to help out a fair amount.
Damien, I got another question for you. Should we
What?
go in the front door, the back door, both at the same time?
You hear some snickering from behind him, and you see he seems to be a little bit flustered.
Goes way over Calder's head. I get it as a player.
I will follow your lead.
Well, we could do a pinch maneuver and get both at the same time.
The snickering continues.
Well, we can figure this out as we walk.
Well, I mean, I have the Shadow Hound that can join in.
You hear the snickering continue, and he's like, no, no joining in.
All right, I guess we're going in the back door. Coming in the back door, bud. Let's get going.
Good either way. Yeah.
Calder,
So
oblivious,
are we-
everyone laughing.
So, are we sending Ma in the other way?
We have Ma the best on our side, luckily. He's willing to go on a hunt with us, he says in Draconic.
And then suddenly you hear from the shadows of each of you. In Draconic.
Suppose it's not a terrible idea to have him covering the other exit?
Actually, seeing as how well as he can hide, he might just come with us.
Yeah.
He looks down at the shadow. You good for hiding a little bit longer? He says in Draconic. Good boy. Good boy.
That chill just runs up Victor's spine and he looks over at Scamp. Like, he doesn't. I don't know that Victor knows Draconic, so he's just kind of.
He might only know it in, like, reading, not in talking.
Right.
I'd say Draconic food as a word probably pretty knowable.
Yeah, Carnage, the pronunciation probably isn't so easy.
Yeah. And hunt, probably not something that everyone would know.
Yeah.
But hearing it delivered that way, the message is clear.
I think we're good to go.
Yeah.
Let's just come in the back door and let's get going.
Yeah. So Victor starts walking off next to Calder. I'm sorry, but he told us not to tell.
Damien just looks at you while in his suit. While walking along next to you guys.
What was that? Couldn't hear you.
He's just looking at you.
Oh, I forgot. I went to send this. Not to tell what, by the way. You nervous or something there? He looks over.
Never mind. Victor just kind of shakes his head and walks on ahead.
The unintentional innuendos are just getting me.
Yes, unintentional. I know who I'm playing with.
I have
Or
no regrets.
Damien. No regrets.
Come on in.
So as you guys get closer, it becomes slightly apparent that Damien is not exactly going to be able to stealth in this suit. It's making too much mechanical noise.
I point that out to him.
It's the best I could do in such short notice.
This is a quick mission. We're coming and we're going.
You should hear from behind Damien. That's what she said.
You're gonna need to work on that.
I'd call it a smash and grab.
I'm going to Windows now. Oh, okay. So, Damien, you got any? Oh, what you got on that? What you got armed on that thing?
Hmm?
Okay. You got any artillery on that thing?
A few cannons, some guns, an air draconian, and me.
I mean, do you want to take the front door while I take the back? Sneak right in real quick.
cause a diversion, perhaps.
Yeah, let's split up. And you see him start to march off, as the maid seems to be just snickering behind him.
All right. Well, that's our best bet there.
You're
Damien,
fine.
if you can still hear me when the alarm's raised, that's when I want you to go in.
Balthazar just kind of looks at you all. It's like, I shouldn't be surprised after the last mission I accompanied you guys with. But let's get up to some crazy things.
Imagine what's going to happen in a couple of years if we're still alive.
Everything's chaos. Everything's chaos. Sometimes you just have to make it work for you instead of against you.
Well, in this case, if we can't be stealthy enough, we need to kill them fast enough that they can't raise an alarm.
And we have another wild card they don't know of. Victor just kind of looks over at the mall, or where he thinks he might be.
Balthazar begins walking towards the facilities. Okay, so we're going in the back door?
Yeah, we're coming in the back door.
And if there is no door?
We'll make one.
Now, we'll see if there is a door or not. I assume there is something like a back door in there, but remember, I have the shift betweens, so there usually is a back door for me. I really don't have trouble getting in the back door.
No, you don't.
I'm sorry. What's keeping me laughing is Lycan's face. Priceless.
You brought it on yourself.
I guess we should just move our keisters.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we'll be the butt end of this joke.
All right.
So, you guys do get to the kind of back area of the
backside,
temple.
if you would.
And there seems to be no door that's enterable, as they seem to have barricaded it off. It seems like they have made it a no entry zone.
Understood.
A lot of rubble and everything is in the way.
Any windows? There's got to be a hole in
Any
their
hole is
defense.
a goal. Most of the windows seem to be on the sides of the building. There is like a large window up near the roof, and that's like stained glass, and most of that's kind of busted out. But besides that, not so much.
Hmm.
And I know my shift in betweens doesn't require line of sight, but if something happens to be on the other side of the object I port through, there's just no way to know if I'm going to be in a spot that's okay to be standing in.
Yeah. Or if you'll be accidentally teleporting in between multiple enemies and getting bombarded.
Yeah.
There any way that you guys can get up to that stained glass window that's been mostly busted out?
Oh wait, it's actually been busted out. I missed that part.
Yeah, parts have been busted out.
This is where spider climb would come in handy.
Anything up there I can get hook a lasso around?
There is a weather vane on the roof. Some gargoyles. A large cross underneath it. Well, not exactly a cross, some sort of... It seems to be some sort of, like, 8-pointed star, and it seems to be bigger on one of the points.
Sounds like a sign of chaos.
Well, is there anything that I can kind of climb up to get to that roof level? Or the second story?
I mean, you guys could try to scale it. You could sit here and lasso something. You could find a way to blast through the rocks that are blocking the doorway. There's so many options.
Is there a way to do this quietly? Can
What-
I... Go ahead.
What's what are the things that are up there? What's the most what's the sturdiest looking thing up there?
The weather vane, the lightning rod, gargoyles might be okay depending on how the stone and cement has lasted over the decades.
If I can see through that window, I can get through that window without a problem. If I can get through that window, I can throw a rope down.
Go ahead.
And keep an eye out for any type of patrols as well.
Yeah, the patrols.
Mm-hmm.
The patrols.
Been keeping an eye out for them the whole time. There's no way I would approach this place without,
Yeah,
I'll
but the patrols.
Mm-hmm.
I'll sneak around the corner and take.
Say, is there not a way to do this without alerting the patrols?
You guys haven't seen any patrols.
Balthazar, can we see the map real quick?
He shows you the map, and there's a lot more names here than there were before.
Hmm.
This is a problem. It's a lot of people.
Does anyone have any clairvoyance abilities? Any type of far-seeing?
No, unfortunately not.
There's no way for me to see a peek through the rubble. There's no way for me to peek through the upper window without, like, being up there, I assume.
No, you'd have to be up there to see through the window. It's like technically third floor kind of height.
Detect life.
You detect a fair amount of life, but most of it seems to be underground. In like small little groups here and there.
Victor's thinking. I still have one thing of alchemist fire.
It'll be good for getting in here, but I have a feeling it'll alert them completely. We need to be able to try to get into the basement before our friends are killed, hopefully.
Right. I've got 2 flashbangs from another mission.
Could use that. How about I try to go through that window? See if I can get us a rope or something on the other side and roll from there. If you guys don't see a rope coming down within the next 30 seconds, and I've either fallen on the inside because there's nothing up there, or I'm in some type of scuff. And you'll see light coming through that window.
Okay.
Do it.
So you're going to try to walk through the window up there.
I'm going to try to use shift in betweens to pop up on the other side of that window for where I could see. And I'm hoping it's not a cathedral style where that window's at the top of a 3rd floor. I'm going to fall 2 stories before I land. I could go to the other side of the rubble as well, but I don't know how far that rubble goes. If they have a collapsed hallway, I'll be popping into a hallway.
So you're going to do the window. Okay.
I'm going to try to grab onto something up there if I can, regardless. So I'm going with the idea of grabbing onto a rafter with an idea of stopping where I'm at the top of the window.
Okay, I need you to roll a speed check.
7 plus 4 is 11.
So, you pop through the window, and you're looking for a rafter or something. And it is as you feared. As you begin to fall towards the ground.
I couldn't grab anything, I assume.
No, because you would have had to turn around, and your speed check was not high enough. So,
I am going to hold my breath because I do not want to scream, and I already knew this might happen, so I'm going to try to land without making any sound as best I can.
you're gonna take... with that height...
Shenanigans. I'm just going to take damage and
damage.
I've done nothing.
You're gonna take 12 damage, and what you guys hear from the other side is somebody hitting the ground.
So, how long does
Just
my detect?
flesh on stone.
How long does my detect life last? And do I see it? Do I see him falling?
Yeah, you see just this red image appear, and then just...
He's just going to lay on the ground for a second.
You just witnessed the life force of an individual slam into the ground full force from 30 feet in the air.
Lots of motivating.
This is some Looney Tunes level shenanigans that you just witnessed through a wall.
Yeah.
What just happened?
Let's just say there was no floor to receive him.
So then he's on the first floor, we hope.
Well, rather abruptly, yeah.
Well, I guess we gotta
Like,
find the
literally.
window down here to get in.
Yeah. Yeah, still trying to get our lasso out and gonna try to hook the weather vane.
Go ahead and roll.
All right. Let's see. You don't actually have the separate attacks. Five. It's gonna be plus accuracy. It's gonna be 8 or 5, 6, 7, or 9.
So you get around it.
I'll give it a good tug. Make sure it's secure.
Give me a strength check.
All right. 10.
You rip it off. And it clanks on the ground.
All right. That didn't work.
If I may, real fast, by the way, I'm definitely looking to see if anyone noticed that before I try to make any noise. And if I can, I would probably use shift in betweens to go to a different location, so I'm not laying on the ground in the middle of the floor.
Can I get an endurance check from you first on that?
Sure.
Because you did just take a floor to the chest and face.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just trying to basically not cause any alert and save my own life in the process. 14's my lucky number tonight, apparently.
You come to after a few moments, but it'll be a few seconds before we get to you.
Got it.
Because you're going to lose a round or two from, well, sudden loss of oxygen. So what are we trying to connect to now?
Then the next most solid looking thing.
Again, there's 3 gargoyles, there's the lightning rod.
Let's go for a lightning rod. Those are usually pretty secure, right?
Usually, yeah, especially if the building's well maintained and not, some rubble of a temple outside of a town.
My confidence is skyrocketing right now. 15, 19.
You hook it.
I'll give it and I'll test the strength of this thing. 6, 7 for 8.
Okay. You give it a couple of tugs, and on the third tug, it rips off and starts sliding down. What's your luck bonus?
My luck bonus 4.
And as it's falling down, it seems the spike goes between the gargoyle's legs and then wraps around the lasso. So it's kind of dangling from one of the gargoyle's feet.
So is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Tug. 10 strength to test that one.
Yeah, it seems to be pretty sturdy. Gargoyle's not budging.
Alright. Yeah, I'll start climbing up.
I wish I had the message spell.
Why? So you can send the message, "I'm okay, hun."
More than that.
So you climb up. We'll go to Azanoth. As you slowly get back your vision, as well as the oxygen in your lungs that was knocked completely out of you, you look around and you see the temple looks almost abandoned. A passageway down underground is open, but the stairs have torches, but it seems like nobody's up here for some reason.
Got it. I don't see anyone around.
Nope.
Do I hear Stella grunting or anything?
You heard something seem to clank, and then another thing seemed to kind of rip off of the roof and then clank against stone.
Is the wall wood or stone?
Stone.
Got it. He's going to kind of go up to the wall and go around.
So you're going to try to whisper through a stone wall.
If there's no one around...
So you're going to try to whisper through a stone wall.
Is there anyone directly... Like, I don't see a damn thing. Anyone anywhere around?
Nope.
I'm going to make my way over to the entrance that goes downstairs.
Okay.
And if there's no one... Oh, no, I don't have that spell. I do have a breath weapon, though. Oh, I do have that spell. Hold on a second. Hear the dice rolling, god damn it. I know there's nothing outside, so I'm going to use shift in between to pop outside.
So you went to the stairs, you looked down them, and then you shifted in between.
I just want to make sure that no one was there to hear me try to whisper through a wall.
When you look down there, there seems to be a young cultist staring up at you.
Fuck.
And it seems he had witnessed your entire fall and everything, and is just staring at you with this whole... What did I just see?
Is there anything around? Is he gonna cause any problems right off the bat? Did he already cause problems? I'm gonna pull back, cut my vision with him, and I'm going to try to use shift betweens to pop up next to him.
So you're gonna pop up next to him.
Yep. And I want to stuff as much as I can into his mouth before he screams.
You vanish and you appear in a hallway, and you grab him trying to stuff stuff into his mouth. On either side of you in the T hallway, there are two young cultists also
Fuck's
there,
sake.
staring at you just like... Huh?
I look down and in Draconic say, hunt. There's fucking nothing I can do about this situation. It's fumbled at this point.
So you say hunt.
In Draconic. Assuming that he came with me.
Need to make some versus rolls real quick.
Or I should say hunt quietly.
As you tell it to hunt, you see the tail come out and open up before the 3 other tails spurt out and burst into the chest of the 3 young cultists. And their bodies fall lifeless in the hallway.
Can you dispose of these quietly?
You
I would
just
love to just
see the
see
tail sink back into the ground as the bodies begin to twitch on the ground.
Oh boy. I have a feeling it's going to go to the other people, but at this point I know Azeroth is going to double check the situation and probably go out the front door to see if he can get his friends before they try to climb in through a window for no reason.
So, Stella, as you get up to the top, you hear a what the, and then a wet squelching sound from down the stairwell.
Alright. Yeah.
Almost like something slimy and yet muscular was forced through flesh and bone. It's almost disturbing.
Oh.
And the sound of bodies hitting the ground.
Stella's going to appear in the going to get to the window and kind of straddle the windowsill.
I just realized I can use shift in between to get back to them real fast.
Sweeping my rifle down. Okay.
You trying to come
You
through the
hear
window
an-
or are you dropping back down? I missed it, sorry. Go ahead, sorry.
Are you going through the window or just sitting up there?
I'm sitting in the windowsill.
So yeah, you hear from up near the window, "Hey, are you okay?" As you hear the bodies like kind of crack a few times before they begin starting to stand up, shadows coming out of the wound.
I'm not really phased by that. I had a feeling something like that might happen.
It's not like this is the first time you've had me that have held a rifle in your general direction.
Azeroth is going to come back to the entrance and just pop his head out, assuming Stella can see.
Yeah.
And he points at the front door.
All right. So Victor's been there and he sees the head poking out. It's like,
Oh, did
this
you
is.
climb up too?
Oh, I didn't know that I can go ahead and climb up.
No.
I would assume
You know
Stella
what?
probably informs you and you don't need to climb up, honestly.
Yeah.
So yeah, me and Scamp are gonna go around to the nearest entry we can get through.
And we'll Stella's gonna actually go up to the rest of the way to the roof and mainly so she can recover her lasso and then go to the front from there. Across the roof.
Took some needless damage. Trying to be stealthy.
So as you guys get in through the front and everything, so Axel, what are you doing? What's Asnoth gonna do?
I am looking back at the situation, kind of wondering what's going on at the moment, but I'm also going to check towards the front, and I want to make sure there's no alarm spells or whatever at the front entrance.
So when you look down, you notice that the bodies are gone.
Oh, no, I already knew that was coming. I'm not surprised at it on the slightest.
And there doesn't seem to be any alarms on the doors.
Okay.
As they come in through a side entrance near the garden area where they seem to have disposed of people for fertilizer and compost.
I want to get Damien's attention, but I have no capacity to. At this point, does the armor that I have on emit any type of armor? Any type of light? The armor that Damien made?
It does not. It does not. But you do hear a couple of screams from down inside the chambers below.
I'm gonna make sure my armor's charged, so if I get hit, sideswiped all of a sudden, I won't get dead.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna go back into the hole.
Yeah.
Into the hole.
Yeah.
So you guys see Asenath go into the hole as they're screaming from down in the halls underneath. It seems like several people suddenly got attacked by something and might not be around anymore.
So yeah, Victor's gonna activate his armor and follow Asenath.
Stella's not far behind.
So as you guys come down to the T-junction, you see a couple of corpses that seem to have been ripped open down the hall. Like one down towards the right and one down towards the left with a trail of blood.
Well, things are looking good so far, minus the fact that they're screaming. I'm sorry, when I got down here, they all saw me.
Yeah, when you land like that, that tends to happen, buddy.
I think I might have broken a rib. At least a rib. I'm glad I have horns, too.
How bad is it?
I'm alright, for the most part. I actually don't remember how much damage I took.
You
12.
took 12.
I'm okay.
Yeah,
So,
be sure.
which way do you guys want to go?
He looks towards Victor. You're the tankiest one of us.
Um,
Or
I
whatever the equivalent
say-
of the time variant would be.
I say we go kind of check out what's to the left.
I'm continuing looking for life signs.
As you continue to read for life signs, you see what looks like normal humanoid signatures, and then you see some strange, like, amalgamations, like 3 little orbs that seem almost like it's draining life.
Oh, that's
And you watch as one of them moves towards one of the life signs, and you hear a scream as it hits. It was given a very simple command.
yeah.
It was hunt.
Ma is kind of scary.
It can be. He looks down at his feet again, assuming that the maw can communicate with itself. We do have other friends down here, he says in Draconic. He knows that there's a moose and stuff, so he goes ahead and says a moose, something. He kind of gives a verbal description.
You see the tail slowly come out of the shadow, and it seems to let out a screech down the halls. And you see the kind of like anti-life signs stop in your vision, and you hear a screech back from each one of them.
I would say a little bit quieter, but I have a feeling we're already past that point. He says in Draconic.
Niche, bloodshed, feast. Hate.
Fair enough, I won't stop you.
He said about a 10. You need to be at about a 6.7.
Sounds to be a 10. He needs to be at 6.
He's going to just kind of look and go, he's very excited to be out of his prison. He says, lying through his teeth.
Obviously.
I can see that.
I mean, the screams are all I need to know that he's enjoying himself.
He's doing a very good job so far. All right, let's go. We need to find our friends. What is Balthazar doing, if anything? If he's even still there?
Balthazar seems to slowly come in himself, listening to the screams. And he's just kind of looking around for a minute, going, "That's enough."
Yes.
What have you done?
Made a friend.
It just said propagate.
I don't know anything about this thing at the moment, and we'll worry about that later.
Okay.
I would say the book didn't say anything on that subject, did it?
No.
No warning for his future companions. Understood.
It might be that they didn't even know that this was a probability.
Yep.
I mean, you did essentially take something that was in a box, took it out of the box, fed it, and then said, do your thing.
Yeah. No, I did.
Yeah.
In a box wrapped in chains.
Yeah. Wouldn't you open a box that's wrapped in chains?
I
I'd
mean,
read the warning first.
There
considering
wasn't
that-
any.
considering that I helped you do it, yeah.
Hey, whatever this problem is, it isn't any worse than what the problem ahead of us is. Let's get moving.
So, as you continue to hear screams here and there, you start to hear alarms going off.
Yep. Well, let's
and
get running.
blasting seeming to happen. After a little bit, though, you seem to see 3 humanoid things covered in shadows with tails seeming to have sprout from them, staring at you guys.
Well,
They almost look like the Maw of the Abyss, but almost weaker, younger, new, fresh.
Clones. Calder sweats. Quietly sweats.
Is your new friend having puppies?
We'll worry about that later, honestly.
Well, I ain't feeding these.
He gestures. I don't think they need our help. Let's just be friendly with it, with the maw, and we'll worry about the rest soon enough. If I have to clean up a problem I made, I will.
It seems to be a common theme, doesn't it?
so
Let's
Victor's
get
gonna
moving.
be looking around as they kind of move through to see what he can kind of pick up.
They seem to still watch you as you move by. The body's still kind of shifting and shadows seeming to wrap around them from the wound inside.
I say interconic to the 3 of them good boys. Let's get going.
They kind of look at you and they seem to start to move weird and shamble towards you guys, seeming to follow. Almost as if something inside is trying to move and contort the muscles.
Oh, and I would assume they're being puppeted, more or less.
Yeah.
Aznaf,
These-
the puppet master.
These are corpse puppets at this point.
This is fine. Saving the world, right?
Are we facing the lesser evil, or are we creating the greater?
Oh boy.
Alright, let's get deeper in here. We already came in the back door. We need to get nice and deep. I'm not sorry.
Into the bowels of the dungeon we go.
And indeed.
Yep.
So you guys enter a large chamber, the three shambling creatures behind you, and you see a mountain elf woman standing there with what seems to be a large golem with a shield.
And that
And
mountain
she
elf
just looks
is not
over
one
the
of the
group.
ones on our list, right?
That is one of them on the list. That just so happens to be the occult's studier.
So that's no one of them on our list of good people that we're trying to save. That's what I
No,
mean.
no, not on the people you're trying to save. No.
Yeah, I unfortunately have not put to memory every single one of them yet, so I just happen to know there's a moose and an ope. So there's a kobold there somewhere.
Yeah. Specifically an empo.
Yeah, you better beware of the no ope. Noah ope, if you will.
Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure you remember who empo is.
Not entirely.
Okay. But no. This would be Giblas.
Which I don't remember, unfortunately.
It's one of the occult members that studies things and knows about the elemental entities and planes.
Ah, yes, that one. Understood.
This is your first boss to face.
Time to nuke it.
You're going to nuke the mountain elf.
Why not? I nuke everything I encounter, including my life.
Yeah. So, are you guys going to say anything or just go straight into combat?
I assume as soon as we make eye contact, it's like, kill on sight.
Yeah. She's standing there, like, expecting our presence. She's got that golem already. I don't know that there would be any real talk between us anyway.
I don't know why there would be any need for any talk. Like, what are we going to say? We're here to stop you, fiend! I don't think any of us give a shit.
You've got 5 seconds to run away.
Make that 2.
5, 1.
So you're going to give her
No.
that warning. Okay, I need your guys'...
Oh, I figured we were going to be rolling zip rolls anyways.
Yeah, I'm going to need your guys' zip track.
I figured as soon as we stepped foot in this room, it was zip time. It didn't matter. We're definitely not supposed to be here.
Yeah. And you do have 3 puppeted bodies behind you that just so happen to have been their cultists.
Yeah. Zip mod or zip track?
You're rolling a zip track, so you're going to add your mod to your
Got
roll.
it.
Zip track would be if you rolled it on the thing, it'll tell you what your roll was.
13.
10.
My lucky number, so this is gonna be a lucky combat for me.
Double 10s. And I just see zip track.
Give the mod.
Gonna be on the stats. Just a second.
And Stella's was 10.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So 23.
Draven, you'll be the first one to go. What does Victor do?
Victor's gonna look at the situation, and he's gonna move to his right just a little bit. He doesn't want to really leave Stella or Calder or the corpse boys. But he is gonna move forward a little bit. How far were they from the golem and the mountain elf?
Probably about 35 feet to the mountain elf and 30 feet to the golem.
So Victor's going to go in, stop within just outside of close quarters, but he's going to have to try to hit the golem, he thinks. Try to weaken it a little bit. So he's going to take a swing at it. And let's see. I'll figure that out. Hopefully he rolls something good. 2d10, 14 base, and plus 5, so 19. He's going to use Arcane Strike on that.
What is that total?
7 base damage, and for some reason it says 7/8 damage on Arcane Strike. That's probably wrong on my end.
No, that's saying 7 damage for the slashing or piercing and 8 magical.
Okay.
Yeah. So the question is, are you slashing or piercing?
I'm trying to take a slash at it.
Okay.
And he's going to hold an action in case he needs a reaction of it. He's already got his shield up.
So next up is the golem's turn. Golem is going to attack you. Okay, the first one will hit your shield, which usually has 15, is going to be taking 10 damage. And the second one is going to deal 10 damage to the shield, which means that it's 5 through the shield. You have no physical damage reduction, so that'll just be 5 to you.
Okay.
Unless you want a reaction ward.
Yeah, I'll react to the ward just to gonna catch him off.
Okay. Which means it'll soak into your ward. Okay. Next up is the Houndlings, which will try to attack. one of the houndlings seems to jump on the side of the golem. Seems fairly ineffective, though, because it's using claw attacks. And now it's the mage's turn. Which is going to shoot a bolt of lightning at the houndling. That's going to be enough to kill it, because it's not strong enough to do much yet. So then she's going to mend the golem.
Right. If you have anything to go after the witch, do it. She just healed everything I took out of that golem.
Yeah, only seems to have a few
Understood.
scratches, and one of the houndlings is scorched. So next up is going to be Azenov.
I look down at the shadow. Use free action to go keep the boys safe in Draconic.
Keep boys safe?
The boys, as in the three.
You mean the two?
Two. Okay. Well.
Yeah, she destroyed one.
Yeah. Well, I want to make sure they're safe. They're my buds. And I will go ahead and I am going to target specifically her if I can get into range of her. Is she in sight?
Yeah, she's in sight.
Okay, and I am going to throw. How is the hallway or otherwise that we're in? Because if I throw a moonlight glow in here, what does that look like if I toss that on both of them?
You guys are, well, you and Stella are technically 30 feet away from the golem, 35 from her. If you drop a moonlight glow on them, you will also hit Victor. As well.
Is there any way to throw it farther back?
If you are trying to hit the golem, it will hit the houndlings because they are trying to attack.
Understood.
Yeah.
If I'm just trying to hit her?
You can shoot it into the hallway behind her and crisp her up a little.
I'm down for that.
Okay. So you
I'll
throw
take
a moonlight glow down the hallway?
Yep. I'll throw a moonlight glow down the hallway, expend that mana.
And that's 10 damage, I want to say, unless endurance. 11 damage.
Yeah. That sounds right.
That's
5 plus attribute, yeah, so 10, and then Phosphomancy is 1, so 11. You are correct. And once that's done, depending, I'm gonna stack it up with a Lunar Strike with one of my cards.
okay.
See Azenroth throw one of his cards to spin it around the golem, and it shimmers with moonlight. And I'm gonna roll for that. Throwing card is a +5 to hit. Ooh, that's good. 9, 16. 21 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit. That'll hit.
6 damage for the. Is it 6 damage for the card and the lunar strike on top of it?
Oh, that's 6 for the card. Then lunar strike.
Is attribute modifier, so 5 plus 1, so 6 total.
Yeah. 6 total. It's positive energy damage. And she's putting off a lot of light right now. Yeah. Did you want to do anything else with your turn, or?
Nope, those are 2 actions I can take, and I don't really have any movement that I'd like to do. I don't really want to get that much closer, so I'll definitely take a step in front of Stella, or not in front of as in the way up, but in front of as in keeping her out of harm's way.
Stella, it's your turn.
Just a reminder, guns are loud.
Oh, we're far beyond stealth at this point.
Yeah, I
I'm
mean,
just worried about
they've
your
been
hearing.
screaming down halls.
I just worry about your hearing.
He wouldn't listen anyway if he could hear you.
What?
All right, I'm gonna make a precise attack with my rifle. For 9 plus 8 for 17.
Yeah, that's a hit.
And I'm gonna follow that up with a second shot. A normal shot. For 15.
Give me a second. Okay. So 11.
15 on the dice.
That one will hit 2, and that's just a normal shot, or?
Yeah.
Do you have marksman? I think you do.
Yeah. Yeah, I've got marksman. So it's gonna be 15 on the dice plus 16. So 19 with the accuracy plus marksman. I haven't really been adding marksman. So that's that's another. So that's 20. I think.
Okay. Most excellent. Should have given this battle a lot more than I did.
I'll say that's a secret. You can always improve enemies as you go along.
So it's Draven's turn. You have a golem between you and the mage.
Alright. So the golem is still right there. It worked last time, so I'm going to go ahead and take another swipe at the golem, though I know that it ain't going to amount to much. That's an 18 to hit,
Okay.
and I'm not going to add anything else to it. So no arcane strike. So that's 7 damage. I'm going to disengage and head back toward Azeroth and Stella and activate my armor again.
Okay. So it's going to be the golem's turn. The golem is now going to step in the way of its master. It's going to solidify itself. The houndlings are going to attack. Neither of them hit. Okay. And the mountain elf, seeing how bad this battle is, and seeing how close all of our enemies are, is going to require a speed save from all three of you.
Okay. Four.
I am gonna use some points.
Which value am I
Everyone gets
rolling
advantage on that one. This is fireball. This is gonna fucking hurt.
So what? Team 22
I got a good one too.
with that advantage.
All right, 14.
I have a modified 20.
Okay. Stella and Azeroth are only going to take 7 lightning damage. Draven is going to take 14 lightning damage, which will almost entirely take out your shield.
Yeah.
You're all going to gain 4 stacks of shock and 4 of conductivity.
Question: I do have my armor activated. Would that absorb it?
That will sit her and take 7 from the armor, bringing it down to 8, because it's a 15 durability.
Okay. Where should I keep track of the armor, by the way? Or you got it?
I can keep track of that for you guys.
Okay.
Well.
And for their second action, they're going to conjure a wide area. Wet spell. You're all going to gain 4 stacks of wet.
Do I still get conductivity, by the way, with the armor, or?
Yes, you all still get shock and conductivity.
Oh, great.
Nothing to worry about here.
Two wet stacks?
4.
4. Trying to keep track of it.
You see, you guys were so nice and grouped up together. Okay. Now it's going to be Azeroth's turn.
And Golem, from what I heard, was now in the way, right?
Yes.
That's too damn bad. I'm going to use shift in betweens and get closer. If there is a capacity to do so. Without going in my moonlight.
Not really a capacity to do such.
Copy.
Which reminds me, her turn, she had to make a roll.
I don't want to hurt the boys.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
Is fear a area effect or just one person?
For this level, it's a singular person.
Copy that.
Because you only have the novice.
Can I use Draconic Breath without hitting the boys?
Yeah, because technically they're in the square next to it.
Alright, I'll go ahead and use that in this case.
Okay.
Because that should hit her too.
Yep.
So I'll go ahead and slap that down. Can I use it twice?
You could, but give me a second. I need to look over some things. Okay, so what's your endurance there? Okay.
I have a very dumb question.
Hmm.
Can I stack Lunar Strike onto the breath?
No.
Okay, good. I'm glad. That would have been ridiculous.
It's a speed save. Okay. Just barely passes.
Let's see, I can tell you everything on the breath if you'd like.
So, how do you want to do this?
Fuck yeah. I just want a laser beam straight through both of them.
Well, the golem is still standing.
Oh, yeah.
But, yeah.
I assume it's a shoulder, or like a leg shot or something on the golem. Just goes clean through and just basically finishes her off on the back end there.
Yeah, or there like a chest shot or something that goes through and hits her, and
Yeah. Just drills straight through the golem, but, I mean, it doesn't mean the golem's dead, just means drilled straight through.
Yeah, because, sheesh.
We definitely focused the hell out of her, so
Oh, yeah.
that was intentional. We wanted to make sure she was gone quick.
Which was the right choice. Yeah. Oh, it's your turn. There's just a golem left.
All right,
Sad golem without its master.
I'm going to do.
Golem still seemed threatening.
Yeah, it still seems threatening. It still has its last orders, technically.
Drop the dice. I'm going to go ahead and shoot it in the head.
Okay.
So, 15. It's an arcane strike.
How much does your arcane strike add again?
Let's see. Arcane.
Because you don't have destruction, so just intellect modifier.
Plus
So 3.
3. Plus 2.
So you hit it pretty nicely. It's still standing there. It's kind of glowing.
I'll do it again.
Oh, and I forgot to do this. Roll with advantage.
Oh. Well, that's gonna be. It's gonna be 12.
12 total.
Yeah.
Even with advantage.
That one misses.
Yeah, I just rolled it. Yeah. That didn't do much for me.
Draven, it's your turn. You have a glowing golem that seems to have holes poked in it.
And a bunch of stacks and a wetland in front of him.
Well, in your guys' defense, the golem has shown absolutely no capability of electrical attacks. Yeah. Also, on each of your guys' turns, you lose one of each of those stacks. So, I mean...
16 with a short sword.
That will hit.
Alright. So, how's the golem looking?
It's seen better days.
So I assume that Balthazar is just off doing something else at this point, considering he hasn't helped.
Victor's gonna hit the shield and disengage from the golem again. Moving to where the other two will at least have a clear shot at him.
Hit the shield, I mean...
Or I'm gonna
excuse-
power my shield up again.
Okay.
So I had like 1 point left on it.
Okay, so you're gonna renew that. Your battery is empty now in it.
Okay.
And you used Arcane Strike on it, or just normal?
I was just gonna use normal if he didn't look. I'll go ahead and use the arcane on it.
Okay.
That knocks 2 stamina out for me. So down to 6.
6, what?
Oh, each use of the arcane strike takes 2 stamina, right?
No. Arcane Strike is free.
Oh, then I need to fix that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to use
Precise.
arcane strike
When you use precise attack, it does.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll go ahead and use arcane strike on it.
Yeah, Arcane Strike is technically a cantrip when you're comparing it to D&D.
I mistakenly put -2 stamina cost on it, so
Oops. Wrong thing.
sorry about that.
Oh, cool. I was also on the wrong screen.
So I've been dinging myself on it every time I've used it.
Okay, so... that means it'll be the Golem's turn. Golem is going to turn to the Houndlings. And miss both times. Houndlings will attack. And not do so hot. Mage is dead, so it's Azanos's turn.
I am going to, let's see. I don't want to expend any more mana than I have to at this point, so, and I don't see a reason to add stacks to this thing right at the moment. I doubt pushing it would really help, so I'm just going to go ahead and do 2 Arcane Strikes on it with cards. So Arcane Strike, ability mana, attribute modifier. Do I have destruction? I don't think I do.
Nope, but you can't. You just have to make the attack roll.
Yeah, so it's 5 total.
You did 5.
No,
for your
I know.
attack roll?
I'm trying to. I was just making sure how much it was. I'm rolling now. First one is 11 to hit.
Miss.
Doubt that hits. The second one is 15 to hit.
That one hits.
And that'll be presumably 6 damage, showing what the card says on here. Card has no mana cost, so.
Yeah. And using an Arcane Strike with it. Okay.
Which I believe is probably the only way I'll do any damage to this thing.
I mean, you guys have one thing going for you, but yeah. It's going to be Stella's turn.
All right. All right. Keep this thing down. Precise attack. 14. 22 right to the face.
Okay.
Yeah, it's going to be arcane.
And Arcane.
Yep.
Okay. How do you want to do this?
How to describe a bullet going through the I suppose I'll She'd bring up the rifle and it's like a calm professional. Put it right through the right between the eyes.
And as the round hits the head, it blows the stone apart that makes its head. And the golem seems to slowly crumble down. Now, if you guys want to know how well you guys did that battle, the golem was at -7 health from that shot.
Mm-hmm.
Not many stacks. The mage, however, had 27 stacks of illumination on her.
Yeah. Just a little bit.
Yeah, she was taking massive hits. Big hits. Also had 12 puncture, so her damage reduction meant nothing.
We're like, focus, we got this. Yep, we're in.
Yeah. Golem
Just-
lost its damage reduction, but had its resistance to physical damage.
She brought Gollum to a gunfight. Let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Victor really could have just sat back and let everyone else go for it.
Yeah.
This looks like Cole's like, yeah, and you were worried. She's popping rounds into her rifle.
Yeah, I'm more worried about the ending of this. Let's get moving.
Yeah. So, Victor's gonna kind of look around the room. Is there any like chests or anything? Kind of.
No, this seems to have been a kind of hallway that they were using at one point for something, but they kind of moved everything deeper in.
Okay.
How much longer does everyone have?
And my wife needs to be getting to bed here soon, so.
Well, we can end here and pick up next time, going deeper into the dungeon. I didn't get to kill all the houndlings.
I don't want the houndlings to die at all. Poor things.
Yeah.
But we are going to raid over to some friends of the channel. They're currently playing a campaign right now. Don't know what part of the campaign they're in. They've done several. But we're gonna raid into Dice Legends.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
You guys have a good night and be good to each other and be good to yourselves and don't get in any trouble. And if you do, give us a call. Bye.
Night, everyone.
See ya.
Bye, everybody.